the core of a healthy ministry can be gleaned from looking at Jesus's life and saying, what did Jesus do with his young team, with his disciples, and how can we then model that in our ministries today? So the core of a healthy, growing team would be, well, what are they focused on? What are their main priorities? And we see in Jesus's life a focus on, well, he focused on a lot of things, honestly, but I'd like to point out 6 core practices that he definitely identified and spoke about and modeled for his team. So oftentimes we immediately think of prayer because Jesus was a prayer warrior. Jesus modeled prayer. And so prayer is part of the core of a healthy team. We also see Jesus often using the Old Testament scriptures in the conversations that they had. And so we see one of the core priorities is the Word of God. In that time, they only had the Old Testament, they had the scrolls, and now for us, it's the whole Word of God, the Bible, including the New Testament. So we see a focus on the scriptures. We see vision. Jesus is always casting vision for his disciples. He's giving them a bigger picture of what's to come and who they are today and who they will become in the process of following him. We also see him modeling love. He's modeling love inside of the team. We know that 12 disciples, lots of different personality types. We have different moments where the disciples show maturity. Sometimes they show some immaturity. And Jesus is washing their feet and modeling love and helping them love one another. And then we also see a lot of modeling of relationships, the importance of a healthy team to care about relationships, not just within the group and the team, but having an outsider's perspective of having an outreach heart that's looking to build healthy relationships with the people around us who don't yet know Jesus. So we see them building relationships with the community and the people around. And then the last priority is a focus on Christ in such a way that the Messiah or Jesus is the center of all that we do. And so a healthy team is looking at Jesus in the middle and then basing all of their programs and the ways that they minister around him. Not that there's a program and then Jesus is somewhere on the side, but that Jesus is at the core of all that we do. And we see him modeling that as he's always talking about being the Messiah and the purpose of the Messiah coming and the fact that he is the great I am.